Hey, so Victor Conte then did a second follow-up interview with manager Marty. This man, it seemed like he trying to get a job or something. Like he trying to get hired for the manager Marty program. He trying to work with manager Marty. But to me, it's getting close to Victor Conte is getting close to flipping on Terence Crawford. That's my opinion. I could be wrong about that. He about to throw Terence Crawford right up under the bus. He about to snake Crawford, bro. Like he about to literally backdoor him. You can tell like that from what I'm hearing, bro. And as I'm listening to these interviews, he about to throw him right up under the bus and not even care and leave him out to dry. It looked like they not about to give him Fighter of the Year. It looked like they about to get a Fight of the Year to Devin Haney. They leaning more towards Devin Haney. So as I said, I mean, unless he outs Devin Haney as well, they give it to Inouye or whoever. From what I just heard from that last interview, just now the second one, like this clip from the second one, yeah, it's getting close. He about to throw Crawford right up under that bus. I'm trying to tell you, Crawford fans, y'all better detach yourself from Terence Crawford right now. Remove whatever feelings you got because he about to break a lot of y'all hearts. Feeling the heat, he's feeling the pressure. He has to keep explaining himself. You done already been on his platform before. You know, you done already went to manager Marty, conducted a phenomenal interview the first time. What do you keep going up here and explaining yourself for? You don't have to clarify. You said what you said, and it's nothing left to be said. You said it was Spence, the altitude. It's nothing that Victor Conte can really say that he didn't say before. We done heard Victor Conte talk about his, mad scientist, methods, so on and so forth. We done heard about the strategies and everything that you know how to do and, in the lab or whatnot and create these, unhuman people. Why you keep explaining yourself? What's understood don't need to be explained. But Victor Conte feels guilt. And there's so much attention around Snac right now. And as someone said, in the last interview that Victor Conte did, he sat up there and stated that he was pretty much going into detail about how he could spot somebody being on steroids or being on performance enhancement drugs. And one of the telltale signs was, he said that when the fighter is on EPO, it's almost like they maintain the power late into the fight. And then he said, when I look over in the corner and I see who that fighter's working with, that fighter is working with someone who is suspicious or somebody who has been, caught in the past for, giving fighters or giving athletes performance enhancement drugs. So that's when he knows that that person is dirty. But the same thing can apply to Terence Crawford in the Errol Spence fight. To me, the power is what stood out the most. It seemed like Terence Crawford power had a huge impact and it affected Errol Spence the most, right? To me, what was very suspicious, what was highly suspicious, when Terence Crawford stated that he didn't feel Errol Spence's power. He didn't feel his punches. So I'm not going to dispute that maybe the altitude had a lot to do with it. But Errol Spence, I think Errol Spence should tell his own story. He has to be the one to come forward and say, listen, man, like, this is the reason why, even if he may not explain why. But it's up to him to tell the story, what he think went wrong in his camp. May have been the weight issues, which he said he didn't think it was a problem. He didn't feel weight drain. Same thing with Derrick James. Errol Spence has to tell his own story. So to me, as I said, Victor Conte is a master illusionist. It's all about distraction tactics. He wants to distract you and keep your attention. Now he wants to turn your attention to the altitudes and running up in the mountains. That's just a distraction. Meanwhile, I believe that the power is what was the determining factor. The power is what got Errol Spence. We never seen Errol Spence just stand there stuck. And his head was being snapped back by Terence Crawford punches. And he maintained the power. He didn't like he busted sweat throughout that fight. He maintained the power. He was about to turn it up even more. He was going crazy, getting relentless. And to me, it's just a red flag. Everybody that Spence faced stated that they felt this power. They said the man hit like a junior middleweight, whatever. Said the man hit hard. As I said, it would have been more believable had Terence Crawford have said, man, Errol Spence, that man could hit really hard. You know, it's just that I got a chin. And if you ain't got no chin, Errol, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take his punches as well as I did. Simple as that. Then I would have been like, man, he hitting on that. That kind of makes sense. But the fact that you said we done seen Errol Spence catch you flush, and you said you ain't feel his power at all, then I gotta take into account what Sean Porter said. Sean Porter faced both of y'all. What did Sean Porter say? Sean Porter said Errol Spence hits like you been hit with a paddle. Terence Crawford punches feel like you're being hit with a belt. You're getting hit with a belt. Anybody that grew up in the hood know they'd rather take that ass whooping with a belt any day over a paddle. It's just as simple as that. You'd rather take a whooping from your mom, get a switch, than to get hit with a paddle. Even when Sean Porter was explaining how it felt to get hit with a paddle, it seemed like Errol Spence's power was taking a lot out of him in comparison to Terence Crawford's. He says Errol Spence hit harder, and it's not just about power shots. We all know that Terence Crawford is extremely skilled, allegedly. But at the same time, it's like, if you were that skilled, then you wouldn't need Victor Conte. You wouldn't have needed him. You got so many other places that you could have went for endorsements as a man, as somebody who's trying to keep a clean reputation. Why would you go to Victor Conte? There's so many different people that you can align yourself with. You got so much money that you can afford, even now, you can afford out your own pocket to go deal with somebody who's not named Victor Conte, who's known for being caught, giving out illegal substances, PEDs. You can afford now. You done made enough money in the Errol Spence fight that you could go find someone that can be as effective as Victor Conte. So why are you still working with Victor Conte, knowing his past, knowing his history? It doesn't make sense. You should want to prove right now why you're the best. You should be like, all right, well, they said I need Victor Conte in my corner in order to defeat Errol Spence. All right, now I got to prove to y'all, because I done already beat y'all boy once. I'm about to do it again. Now I'm about to really get in there. Now I'm really about to get in there, and I'm about to destroy him. I'm gonna do it again. And then now what's going to be the excuse? That's what Floyd Mayweather would have did. If anybody had doubts to him losing the first time versus Marcos Maidana or Luis Castillo, he going to come back the second time and do it 10 times better or make it look like a landslide. So, as I said, you have the money, you got the funds to now work with somebody who's more credible and somebody who has a better reputation than Victor Conte. You got the money to work with the top of the line people. It makes no sense. And you can afford testing. You could do Olympic style testing, other testing. You ain't got to work with Victor Conte, because to me, it seems like a conflict of interest, him working with VADA and being on Snac and owning Snac. But in my opinion, and now I'm about to finish it all, and now I'm, coming to an end. Now I'm about to end the video in a minute, but this is the last thing I'm going to say. Victor Conte is feeling the pressure, as I said. He's stressing, and that's why he has to keep trying to prove his case. Who are you trying to convince? You didn't give Terence Crawford steroids, allegedly, then fine. You don't have to keep clarifying yourself. But what's happening is he feels some kind of guilt. There's some kind of guilt in there. And as I said, that man is racist. He's racist. He's getting the thrill off of blacks destroying each other. So the walls were closing in on Victor Conte. And as the walls going to keep closing in, whatever, maybe they could be doing an investigation that he doesn't know about. But once it gets close, because he said that he got word that they were coming after him for the Balco scandal. So now with the Snac scandal, now we're going to see if they're going to continue to come back to him. They're going to continue to get closer. Maybe they're doing investigation that we don't know about. And as it get closer and closer, maybe he'll get word, maybe he won't. But either somebody in there going to snitch, somebody in that camp going to snitch, or Victor Conte is going to snitch. I think that is getting close to him admitting what he did. So the damage won't be as bad. And that's what he's doing now. And what's going to end up happening is he's going to keep going up the manager Marty platform, and he's going to tell on himself. Because he's going to contradict himself, and then people going to start to put the pieces together, and they're going to catch you in your lies. Simple as that. Terence Crawford jab was like a Mack truck, backing Earl Spence up. We never seen Earl Spence hesitant to come in. Like I said, when Andre Berto faced Floyd Mayweather, he said, Floyd Mayweather, he got enough pop behind his shots to get your attention. But it's not nothing that make you be like, all right, I ain't going. He's like, I just can't run in here. With Earl Spence, he seemed scared. It reminded me of Miguel Cotto versus Antonio Margarito. And as Max Kellerman said, he was like, we never seen Miguel Cotto not be aggressive. That was a red flag. Then he said he ain't feel his punches. And then when Victor Conte did his interview years back on the Boxing Voice, and he was explaining how PEDs make you bigger, better, faster, stronger, and they help you with punch resistance. So when we talking punch resistance, that's what we seen. He said that he didn't feel none of Earl Spence punches. He said when he felt Earl Spence punches, he was like, that's it.